Manipulators are very good at finding other ways around to get their power and control that they want.
Abusers will use coercion and threats in a lot of different circumstances. They do it in the home, they do it over the phone, they can even do it from jail.
There were times when he would push me up against the wall and I couldn't move, no matter what I did. I fought back a couple times and it did me no good.
Only the victim can really understand when they're being coerced to do something that they don't want to do or that they know they shouldn't do. The abuser, being familiar with the situation, is better able to coerce the victim into doing something they want versus what the victim wants. The victim needs to be able to express that to law enforcement for us to understand their situation.
In regards to intimidation, there was one time that we were fighting and it had gotten to the point where he took our wedding pictures off the wall and had ripped them up and threw them on the ground. He took the picture of me, of the half of it, and said, "This is your piece," and just threw it on the ground. There was a lot of different scare tactics like that.
At the very end, when I told him that I was done, he actually pulled a knife on himself and said that he was going to cut his own wrist. He was just very, very, very angry.
My ex-husband was very emotionally abusive to me. He was constantly calling me names. My day would go kind of like, go to work 8 hours, come home. I'd have like a 2-hour span to have the house completely cleaned, dinner cooked. When he still would get home, it was always, "Why isn't this done? You're stupid, you're this, you're..." All the names in the book.
We were good and we were happy. And then out of the blue, he would just come out of the room and just start letting me have it. He would just go through these bits of rages and just yell at me, and I had no idea why. And I thought that I was the cause. I thought I had done something wrong. He isolated me slowly over time. He would always tell me that he just wanted it to be us, nobody else. We didn't need anybody else. We didn't need my family, we didn't need anybody else, just who he wanted in our life.
When an abuser isolates their victim, the abuser is emotionally involved to the point where if they can't have the victim, no one can. And we have seen that mentality escalate to very, very dangerous situations.
The gaslighting of like, "You're crazy, that didn't happen. We never talked about that. You never said that. I never said that." I think that it does make people feel crazy, that it makes them feel like, am I really experiencing what I'm experiencing? And in my own situation, it was so frustrating because I felt like, no, like that did happen. That's what I said, that's what he said. Him denying it was just like, why? Like, why are you lying to me?
Abusers can use children to exert control over the victims. They will make up or bring up history that is either irrelevant or false against the victim to try and make their case stronger to gain control over the children. They will threaten to take them out of state. They will threaten to make sure that the victims never see them again. They will lie to the kids about the victim, that they are doing or acting or going crazy. They will tell the kids a lot of things to make sure that the kids are on the abuser's side. Male privilege is evident in their behaviors. They provide for the home, they provide for the family, they provide the cell phones, and the abusers will tell the victims everything that the victims have or that belong to the victim are actually the abusers because the abuser earns all the money. The abusers will typically also take the cell phones away, turn off the cell phones. They want to see what's on the cell phones. Abusers can exert a lot of power over victims when they control the finances. The abuser will take control over all the bank accounts. They will change bank accounts. They will cancel debit cards, cancel credit cards, so that the victim has nothing to use to get out of the situation or to change their circumstances.
Whenever he'd want something that was like a bill that we had to pay, he would always tell me like, oh, like just take it out of your account and then I'll pay you back. I would go like a week with $5 in my account. All my money was going to bills that he wanted.
Domestic violence is something that impacts every aspect of our communities. We have learned that there are many people who are looking for answers on how to cope with domestic violence, but they are hesitant to come to a public meeting or a public forum. As we have looked at solutions, we decided that an effective option would be to partner with Utah Valley University to create a series of videos that people could watch in the privacy of their own homes to learn about domestic violence and the resources that are available. One thing that has stood out as we have reviewed these types of cases is that communication is a key to a successful outcome. If you are in a domestic violence situation, we encourage you to reach out to your local law enforcement agency, victim advocate, or other professional resource for help and assistance. We are not concerned if you have a prior arrest history, substance abuse problem, or other concern. You do not deserve to be a victim of domestic violence, and we are here to help.